Hello, friends. So today I'm going to be responding to a comment. A couple of people asked me to talk about AI and like it's going to be the future for all of us having girlfriends and we'll never have to deal with women again. And yay, finally our lonely struggles are over. Well, I'll just kind of babble about that a little bit. As far as like AI chat programs, I mean, I guess like this chat GBT thing is taking over or whatever. I've never used it, but I mean, yeah, I definitely think there's a future in that. I mean, and I can just think of some examples. Like if there's like just some, AI that can like replicate a girl love bombing you, which is basically a girl just like constantly showing you affection and always wanting to talk to you. And she like emulates like all your like idiosyncrasies. And she's just like always there and always kind and supportive, and you know the deal. I mean, if an AI could do that, like, yeah, I definitely think there's money in that. That's something I would be interested in, because I'll tell you, dude, that love bombing shit, like that is like dopamine fuel. Yeah, so like I would be interested in that. I mean, if there is a chat program that's good enough to do that, like, and I would think it's like very doable. I mean, like, all it really takes is just like some canned lines from women, like you put in some idiosyncrasies about yourself, like some of the weird shit you do, and then she's like, oh, tee I do all those things you do. And she'll say like things, oh, tee I don't have any friends, and I've only like had sex with one guy. She'll just say stupid bullshit like that. I mean, it's like, that's all that like cluster B girls do already. I mean, it's not like hard. So, I mean, yeah, I think that'll be, like, very programmable, and, like, I think there's definitely a market for that. I mean, it doesn't even just have to be love bombing. Like, it can just be, like, some manic pixie dream girl shit, or just, like, some autistic girl. Like, imagine, like, some AI of, like, that weird, like, Asian autistic girl in Fish Tank. Like, that, I mean, if you could have an AI, could decently replicate her, I mean, that's like a money bomb right there. There's a bunch of lonely fat dudes out there that would pay like their entire rent and more just for that experience. So I definitely think there's a future in that. But when it gets beyond that though, like, I don't know, is there a future in like AI dolls? Well, I don't know. I mean, I can say from my experience, with my my two little toys over there. I mean, like the torso doll, I never used that one just because it's not really great. And then there's my Stoya Destroya over here. Yeah, I mean, like for about the year I've had that, like, woo smokies. I probably fucked that thing hundreds of times. That thing's been fucked more than Alice. And I can say, yeah, I mean, like, does it replicate sex? Like, no, but like, the feeling is more than good enough. It's a hell of a lot better than, using your hand. It's a lot better. It's a lot more efficient. Like, I use my Stoya Destroya, dude, and if I'm, like, hard and ready to go, like, I'm done in, like, 30 seconds. So, yeah, I mean, like, toys to that level have like, progressed well enough to, I mean, at least be, like, usable. But as for like AI dolls, like, I don't know. There's a step there that I don't think most men are willing to take. Like, I mean, I know I've talked before about like guys who are into like 2D girls and shit. That's something like I don't get it. I tried doing it and I'm just like, no, this does nothing for me. There's plenty of guys who do that though. Like, I mean, if you can get yourself into that level of immersion, like, sure. I don't think that's most men, though. And then it's, like, even a further step with, like, these AI dolls. Like, believe me, I've looked at sex dolls. Like, I've done a massive amount of research into them. And I did, and I'm just like, I don't know, dude. I mean, yeah, like, maybe it feels good, like my Stoya Destroya, but, again, like, there's that leap of, like, fake reality, that like immersion, I don't think I can do. Like I go on like these sex doll like sites and they'll like, have their little like video promotions of the girls. And there was like one I was really looking at because she was like some 5'10", like super pale goddess, like the kind of girl I would like dream about. And like they have this like video and she's in like the garden and they're playing like this like really sweet lovey-dovey music, and I'm just like, no, like I can't get to that level with a doll, dude. Like it's like, I don't know, like even with my Stoya Destroya, you know, I mean, like I said, I probably fucked it hundreds of times, but if I ever like, I've never like imagined like, oh wow, I'm fucking Stoya with that. I mean, I watch porn of Stoya because she's like pale and hot, but like I never think like I'm actually fucking Stoya, you know, like I don't know. And even with my like headless torso doll, it's like, no, like I don't even, no, like I don't actually think I'm like fucking a girl while I'm doing that. Like I use my sex toy because I'm thinking of like some like real woman, or I'm watching some porn. Like, I don't know, like that's a leap I don't think most men can do. And then I think really like the final aspect of it is like, well, we're just really talking about the symptoms of the problem here. We're not addressing the real elephant in the room. And that is, you know, for what's best for society is that like you need, like I've talked at length about how men just don't feel like they have their place in the world. There's no community out there. Well, how are you going to do that? Men need actual women, you know, to show off with in real life. I mean, that's really what this is all about. I mean, you can go fuck your fleshlight all you want, but that's not, I mean, it's obviously not going to get you any social acceptance. You're not going to feel welcome anywhere. And that's really the real problem. We're just talking about the symptoms. That's the real problem. And like, I don't know if a doll can ever provide that, you know. Like if you're just talking about like releasing those like sexual needs and even building like some connection with an AI. I mean, even like look at like scenarios online with like OnlyFans girls, with like guys who pay like all these OnlyFans girls to like talk to them and do all these weird poses for them. Like they'll pay money, or they'll use daddy's money to pay for a bunch of OnlyFans girls. Yeah, I know, hi. But and those guys don't feel any connection to the world. Like they're burning money on OnlyFans girls, and they're getting, I mean, I guess that provides some level of like intimacy. Like they're at least connecting with a real woman. But like it's still it's not addressing the real problem though, because they still feel lonely as hell. They're not talking to anyone. They're just making their life situation worse by doing it. I mean, OnlyFans is making, you know, women more financially successful. So yeah, of course, like society is perfectly fine with it because fuck men. But I mean, like even just like that, so like that level of an AI, like being a sexual release and some form of intimacy, it's still not addressing the real problem. So thus, and my conclusion is, unless the world gets to a point where, you know, you can just like take your sex dolls out in public and like go on dates with them or go on walks with your AI doll, until that becomes socially acceptable, I don't think AI is really the answer. Now, if that does someday become like socially acceptable, women are fucked, and God, I wish it would happen. I mean, women would be absolutely fucked at that point. You'd have at least half the male population never talk to a real woman again. At least half, probably a lot more. I wish it would happen, but like it's going to be, there would be a cold day in hell before society would allow that to happen. I mean, God, you look at women now, like women freak the fuck out. I mean, you go on like Twitter and Reddit and shit, they freak the fuck out. Even like if a guy even like mentions dolls, it's like they just shame you to no end. Imagine like society reaching a point where you could just like walk around with your sex doll. Wouldn't it be nice? It would be nice to like, you know, counterbalance, you know, the society that just caters to women at all turns, but you know, I highly doubt that's going to happen. And unless that does happen, I don't think there's really much of a future in AI. At least when it comes to like women. in relationships and like at least fulfilling the needs that we have. I mean, yeah, of course, if everyone's out there walking with AI dolls, then like the population rates will just go down even further. But yeah, but then again, isn't that what the Jews want? So I guess maybe it could happen. Who knows? Who knows with the world today anymore, dude? Who knows what insane shit could happen like a decade from now? Keep hope. I don't think it's impossible. I would do it. I would just love to walk with like some like 6 foot tall Amazonian doll with like long black hair, like really pale skin. I would walk with her in the forest right now. I don't give a fuck. Everyone hates me already. I have nothing to lose. Like, I'd do it. Yeah. But realistically, I don't think AI has much of a future. Other than, like, just being a somewhat better masturbatory tool. Which is fine. Hey, a lot of us guys need them. I sure do. It's either that or like big old rotund women. Yeah. Oh, it's like AI for jobs and stuff though. Like, yeah, that's a different story. But even with like AI for like jobs and stuff, like all it's gonna do is replace like customer service and retail and salesmen and like jobs like accountants and stuff, and I guess maybe even like IT, like jobs like I used to work. We'll probably replace those. So like, even for that, all it's going to do is replace like low value jobs and like jobs really for like autistic people like me. So none of that's good. Or like truck drivers. I mean they've been talking about like self-driving trucks forever. I mean, when that happens, I mean that's going to really fuck over men. Because, like, truck driving is, like, the prime job for lonely men. You know, guys like depressed, unwanted man. You take that away, and that's another option, you know, stripped away from men. So AI for jobs will basically fuck over men for the most part. That's not good. There's more incentive for men to just, like, drop out of the world. Go hikikomori. But, yeah, I don't know. I kind of wish like I could like convince my brain to just go fuck, like just go buy like one of these like $1,500 dolls, just buy her and just like fuck its brains out every day. I don't think it's for me though, dude. I wish I could. I'd love to just like go like fully depraved into like that fake sense of reality, but I don't think I can do it, dude. It just doesn't work. I'll take my love bombing bot though. I'll take my love bombing like BPD, like like that kind of girl in AI chat. Yeah, I'll take that. Sure, why not? If that's already out there, let me know, because like I'd love to have one of those. You know, I'll just pretend to talk to that, and then I'll have like porn of like all these like 6 foot Amazonian tennis girls, and I'll pretend like they're talking to me like that. Yeah, I'm good. I can go for that. So yeah, but I mean, until then, I still got my Stoya Destroya. She still works, even though she's been blown out. Man, I remember when I first got my Stoya Destroya, and I made a video like talking about how tight it was, and was like, well, I don't know if I can use this. That's not the case anymore, boys. Like I have to get like there's a little cap you put on the bottom, and I have to like tighten it like all the way for me to even be able to like get any friction out of it anymore. I thought I had a pencil dick. I mean, I guess maybe I don't. Okay, so